Telemark in New Zealand. Well, I've been going to Interski since 2003, and we've been representing an Interski since Nagano, which was, I think, 96. So, a long time ago. What we're presenting today is Coach Approach 4Cs. So we've got concentration, confidence, control, and commitment. We're going to bust into concentration to begin with. So concentration is a state of mind where you can focus solely on the task at hand. Okay, so we want to zone in on one individual thing. So we want our students, candidates, wannabe instructors to be in a state that's fully engrossed in the task. We can create and destroy concentration. Right now, it's quite difficult to concentrate on the task at hand. There's lots of distractions, music, team members flying by, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to get into it. What we're going to do is we're going to ski down here, groups of 4, I think. I haven't counted how many there are. Simple task is to follow in the track of the person in front of you with the goal of being as close as you can. Okay? This is not hero stuff. Everybody has to present some other day or ski. We're a long way from home. So we want to have a safety focus and keep it safe. We're going to go halfway down this run towards the chair, and then we're going to stop, have a quick chat amongst yourself. What were you doing to concentrate, to focus in on the task at hand? So, different levels of concentration required depending on where you were in the group here. So if you're up front, you're concentrating on a different task than someone that's behind you or in the middle, yeah? Mm-hmm. So have a quick swap around, someone else go in the front, maybe try a couple of times in a different position in the group, and of course plenty of distractions. It's easy to look and see what everybody else is doing, but you need to focus, zone in on the task at hand. Otherwise, you're going to have a crash. You're responsible for people behind you and in front of you. Okay? So ultimately the task with what we're doing is unimportant. What we're trying to focus in on is our emotional state and concentration. So what was people concentrating on? What, if anything, if you were in the front?
Safety.
Sorry?
Safety.
Safety, yeah.
Nice rhythm. A little bit of skip and people behind you as well.
I think much of the focus in front went to kind of finding a route where you believe 4 people can fit.
Yeah. So you have to, that's your sole focus. If you're following, what was some of the focus points there?
First in front skis.
Yeah. So So yeah, I mean for me, I'm looking at whole plant of the person in front or what's happening with the feet. So with our students and our wannabe instructors that we're training, we're looking to see how they're managing the group so that the people have the ability to concentrate on the task at hand. That's what we're assessing in an assessment perspective. Okay? So we're using all the teaching models around for lesson planning, progression building, but we're looking over the top. Are these people setting the students up in a way that they can concentrate fully on the task at hand? Okay? Yeah, simple.
Not sliding, so stationary is...
So you wouldn't...
Stationary is not sliding. It's like for a telemark position, it would always be standing on the flat. This is the telemark position.
Yeah.
Or I want you to move your hips forward like this. You know, I want you to move your hips sideways. So
yeah.
Simple.
And situational, it has to fit to the situation that is needed.
So simple instructions, stationary or simple movements, and situational is bringing it onto the slope.
Bring it onto the slope means adapted to the situation.
Adapted to the situation depending on the task. So obviously, if you want to do carving turns, you start on a
flat area.
Flatter area, then you can increase the situation. You can change the situation.
So if you want to create a good atmosphere to enable concentration, then you have to be simple, stationary, and situational, and you have to avoid topics that destroy. So that would be
overcomplicated instructions.
Yeah.
Would be a really good example. You see it every day on the ski hill, people standing around for hours talking about a complex movement, and the people are just standing there and their minds are wandering off to
talk for hours.
Okay, so we're talking about concentration. So I made a statement that we can create an environment where people can concentrate. So we can do this by just keeping it simple. We can really easily destroy concentration as well. One of the best ways to destroy concentration for ski instructors is to stand around and talk for 25 minutes about the pressure on the edge of the blah 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 blah. Yeah? We've all seen it, we've probably all done it. So it's a really good way for people to zone out. Once you've talked for too long, they're like, oh, look at that ski suit, or whatever. So one of our other teaching models that this goes over top of is simple, stationary, situational. So we introduce simple tasks, stationary environment, then we move it to a situational environment. Yeah? It's a really easy way to build concentration and then moving forward into confidence as well. We're going to go down the slope here to run 5. It's a red one. Don't go to 5A. Have a just carry on, practice on see how close you can get on this simple terrain, following the person in front of you. And we're going to think about it being a bike race. So we've got the peloton of the bike, everybody's drafting behind the other person, and we're going to just do some really easy wiggles. The two people in the front are going to set the pace and just see if we can make the turns look like they're beautiful, yeah? Right. Is a good skier, but that took a level of concentration. We had to focus solely on the task at hand, and that's what we're trying to achieve with our students, athletes, candidates for courses. Okay? We're also trying to assess whether they can create an environment where the people can concentrate for achievement. Yeah? Next of the C's is confidence. Right? We can build confidence and we can destroy confidence. So we can build confidence by having good outcomes. Right? People are learning, they're achieving, their confidence is growing. We can also destroy confidence by choosing, the most common one is poor terrain choices. Yeah? So we've probably all done it at some point in our career. Got someone going, thought they were going very well, they were looking good, we bring them to a run and they just gone. We're trying to control the emotional state of the people, of our guests, candidates, students, athletes' minds, so that they can achieve. Right? That's on us. Right? We have to be confident enough with the group as well in our role, so we have to build our confidence in our role as well. Does that make sense? And so we've got steeper terrain. We're all good skiers, but equally we're thinking, same task, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So let's go into smaller groups of only 3 people. Play around with your position in the group, so you need to communicate with each other. This is part of the fun. Part of the reason that we're doing this model is with the current environment, especially with younger people spending lots of time individually, screen time, lots of IT stuff, interpersonal skills are declining. As trainers, teachers, coaches, our interpersonal skills need to be exceptional so that we can get buy-in from our students to come back. Yeah? So, talk to each other, communicate, have a laugh, celebrate your successes, talk about failures. Why is this happening? Okay? So, you know, at the top of that, we were all feeling pretty pumped about our ability, yeah? Halfway down, how was the confidence levels in, you know, it's okay, but it was a bit harder, had to think a bit harder, had to concentrate a bit more. So, you imagine if you brought a student straight to that terrain, it's just gone, completely gone. And we want to do well for our team. You know? Once we've been put in a team, there's this thing that goes on in our heads where we want to be part of the achievement, and we don't want to let people down. And those feelings happen to students all the time on the first day. The Austrian guys were talking about the group, you know, how the group dynamic. It happens right from the beginning. The sorting out of where people are placed. It's our job, part of our job, is to control that environment as well, so that everybody gets a fair go of achievement. And actually verbalise that and say, hey, I struggled a bit with that, or I'd really like to have a go at the front or the back, and let's do that. Is it all making sense?
Yeah.
Again, it's not about the task, it's about what's in here. So we'll go to the bottom of this pitch here. Let's, because we should be having fun, shall we try and do some shorter turns, and instead of following, let's see if we can be in sync. That was fun. I'm puffing a little bit. I'm smiling. Everybody else is smiling. You know, it's a good environment. We're feeling pretty confident with ourselves, pretty happy. The other part of confidence that we have to manage is overconfidence. Alright? We see it all the time with students. We see it with athletes. Typically with athletes they end up getting injured because they make bad choices. We see it with trainee ski instructors. They may have come from another discipline to a telemark exam. They think they're pretty good, but they get on this gear and they're struggling. So they start off feeling really confident, and it just gets destroyed, and we have to build them back up. And that's a really big part of our market in New Zealand, is we're getting people coming to level 1 telemark instructor exam, and they may have done 2 hours of telemarking, and they're wondering why they're struggling.
Wonder why.
Hey, if you were going to go and sit level 1 alpine or snowboard, how many hours training would you do? Oh, well, a little bit. I'm like, well, so why are we different?
Good question.
So we have to build their egos because they're struggling.
But we are different.
Yeah. So, next part. Moves into the next part. Control. This is not anything to do with the ski or our bodies. It's all about our mind. We need to be able to control our emotions. Okay? When we celebrate our successes, we don't want to be going, yeah, I'm awesome, every time, because there could be someone right beside you that's just had a major failure and they're feeling pretty stink. So sometimes we have to control our emotions, and we have to teach our students, athletes, wannabe ski instructors how to control their emotions as well. So it's a really hard one to teach. It's self-discipline is a learned environment, a learned thing, but as trainers, coaches, teachers, we can control the environment, we can control the pace so that they're celebrating success, they're having less failures, their confidence is growing, and we're not seeing the or the yeah. you know, they might be just doing it on the inside and moving forward. Does that make sense? So that's control. So was anybody, you know, did anybody have to control their emotional state, you know, while we're doing what we're doing? You know, a little bit of frustration creeping in, maybe you missed a turn. Yeah. So, I mean, we do it every day. It's a really difficult one to assess in a training environment for ski instructors, but you can see how your trainee ski instructor is coping with the group. What are they doing to manage the group? We've all got enough experience to see the body language. We need to teach our instructor candidates what to look for. There's many cues, you know, people starting to go inward, looking down, bashing their skis on sticks on the slope. You know, there's lots of visual cues. See if we can make 2 groups of 3 together and see if we can still keep the sync. So 6 people staying in time. So again, you know, we build it up a little by a little by a little, but we're trying to teach our instructors to be aware of body language so that they can control the pace of the lesson. There's no point going little by little by little by little by little if the person's getting it. Just get into it. Start teaching them. If they can do it, let's go. Don't do every little step because you know how to do every little step. Let's go down. Groups of 6, synchro. Here we go, we're all in lines already.
Sorry.
So, quickly wrap it up. That was really exciting. I was having so much fun. The sound was awesome. Feedback from the snow was awesome. And, you know, a group of people having fun. It's good times. So, the last thing is commitment. If we can manage people's emotional state, we'll get buy-in. They'll want to come back. People like to celebrate success. If they're being successful, they're likely to continue with the sport or they'll commit to getting better, faster, stronger, whatever. Commit. So bringing in concentration, confidence, control, we get commitment. Okay, we get buy-in from the athlete, student, trainee, whatever. Okay, so that's pretty much it. A funny story on Fun Sakichi. A few years ago, when I was forcing my daughter to learn to telemark ski, she was at junior school. We had some other parents with telemark kids, so we had a telemark group, and the group motto was safety third. And then of course the question was what should come first, and the kids thought about it for a moment. It's like fun.
Yes.
And it was like, okay, so what should we do next? What should be number 2? Speed. So, you know, the kids know. They already know. It's already in their head. We've just got to, as they come through to adults, keep on encouraging, building with the skills that we have so that people have confidence, sorry, concentration control, confidence control. Okay. Thank you very much for coming along. If you want to ask any questions, we can do it now. We can ride with me on the lift. I'm here all week, so just come and say g'day. We have a access to a document that we use to get this information. It's a really common coaching principle. So what we'll do is we'll put the link up on the Telemark chat.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And then you guys can just rip it to pieces and do it your own way.
Thank you.
Hey, the other thing is, just quickly while we're here,